A few weeks ago, I bought a broken PlayStation 5 for a total of £75 from a well-known video game retailer here in the UK. The disk drive connector had accidentally been ripped, so I had to repair that, along with the fan connector. Both of them required intricate trace repair, but the job was successful and we managed to check everything and make sure it was working before we went to sell it. This is the PlayStation 5 that I listed on eBay, and when I listed it, I stated that the item was previously fixed. The console was purchased as faulty. A previous owner had ripped both the fan connector and the disk drive connector in a repair attempt. I have repaired both the fan connector and the disk drive and tested thoroughly to ensure working. To my surprise, the day the buyer received the PlayStation 5, I get this message. Hi, the PS5 was received today, so thank you for that. Wondering if you can help me troubleshoot an issue. While the PS5 is sitting on the home screen and doing nothing, it's fine. But when I start to use the controller, I've currently been navigating to just the settings, within 10 to 30 seconds the screen goes black for 3 seconds and resets itself to the home screen. It's currently installed in Cyberpunk off of a disk and the installation process doesn't get disrupted. Any ideas what could be going on? We shared a few messages back and forth. Obviously, I was a little bit embarrassed and extremely apologetic to them. Then I tested it thoroughly to ensure it was working, so I have no idea what's happened. I asked the buyer what resolution they had it in and they said 4K. I asked if the fans were on and spinning and they said it definitely feels cool and the air is cool, so the fan seems to be doing their job. Again, I just wanted to try some basic troubleshooting options, so I thought to myself, if it's like a flicking display, could you please try 1080p and see if it still happens? And then again, some more basic troubleshooting because this customer specifically wanted to play Helldivers 2, and I felt really bad that they weren't able to play it there and then, and it's my fault. So I tried 1080p, a different HDMI cable, and a different TV, just to know out any of those options. I do also want to say that the buyer was absolutely awesome, and I feel very lucky that I was able to deal with someone who was very understanding. The customer then said that they reset the entire PS5, but spoke too soon, still resetting to the home screen, unfortunately. So at this point, we kind of knew it wasn't a software issue. We did also go on to rebuild the database fully as well. They then sent me a video of what was happening. Unfortunately, the video has since been deleted, but I have the PlayStation 5, so we can take a look in just a second. Customer tried a different controller, then we started having a bit of a general chit chat. He asked if I've been doing tech repairs for long. I reassured the customer that with these few simple steps, if we can't get it working, either send it back to me and I'll see if I can fix it and send it back out, or you can get a straight up refund once I've received the console back. But then I remembered that I had another PS5 that I had fixed that was actually a newer model, and all it was a HDMI port replacement. So I said, even better, just send me back that PS5 as soon as I get it. I'll send you out this one. There was a HDMI port swap. Nobody had been in it before, and that way it's a straight replacement, and this customer can play Helldivers 2. I then went on to tell the customer that I would refund any shipping used. We opted for Royal Mail special delivery. Again, this way he could have the console the next day as soon as I get the other one back. As I mentioned, I actually built up a really good rapport with this customer, so I just sent a message and said, I haven't picked up the PS5 yet. It has been delivered, but I want to make sure you get the other one ASAP, so I'll be sending it out today regardless. Then we confirmed the refund went through his end and the new PS5 has been delivered to the customer, which they then confirmed received and received. So far, so good. And at this point, it's been probably around about a week and a half since that message, so all is good. Sorry for the long intro, but here I have that PS5, and I'm going to show you exactly what the customer was talking about, and I'm really hoping we're going to be able to fix it. Again, we have a few key points to remember here. I'll see if I can pick this up just navigating through the menu, but I have reset this console. I've done all the rebuilding the database, etc., just to confirm. So the console is on. It does work. I've set up my profile, all of that good stuff. However, as soon as I maybe go down to where it says copy paused, with no disk, by the way, in the disk drive, I have taken FIFA out. If I go down here and just move around, or maybe even click it, you can see, there you go, so black screen, but the picture is still recognized. And then it just slowly goes back to the menu. Never seen this before. 4K works, 1080p works, all of that good stuff. And if I say, for example, go into media gallery, this seems to be okay. I can navigate around the menu, no problem at all. If we go into the game library, again, that all seems to be okay. The game that they had was Helldivers, and I believe they tried something else as well, so I know it's not a specific game issue. If I go into the settings and start playing around with other things, HDCP has been turned off as well, just to confirm, so I can show you the game capture, but it's the same for both, regardless if HDCP is on or off. But even when you go to launch the game, it says you need to insert the disc. Oh, there we go. Okay. And it just and it does the exact same thing. But like I said, I don't have anything in the disk drive. Also, weirdly enough, the game installs. So if the disk drive was faulty, or if any of the soldering that I'd done in the previous video was bad, we wouldn't have that connection and the game wouldn't be able to install. I'm going to download something like Pool Blitz, which is nice and quick, because I want to see if it's different when it comes to a digital game instead of a disc game. And I've just gone to click on downloading to see what percentages we're at, and or see what the speed is, of the internet connection, and it's done the exact same thing. So that's with a digital game download as well. You can see the menu's absolutely fine, and as soon as I go to click on it, it does it. It just crashes, doesn't like it. So strange. If we put the console down as well on its side, you can see that the fan is spinning and working. And the system is overly cool. Like, it's really, really cool. I know it's not really been stress tested just yet because we haven't even been able to get into a game. It's just an error that I've never experienced, so I don't know where to start with this. Pool has now been installed, so I want to see if there's anything different now that the game is actually installed on the system. So if I press play game, it works. I'm very confused right now. So the game launches and the game works. In which case, I'm going to download something a little bit more intensive, Fortnite, and also continue the download for FIFA and see if I can play both of those. Now, when FIFA's installing, I click on copying and it's not crashing it out. The disk drive's ramping up because I'm installing a disk. Let's install Fortnite as well and just give it the full shabazz and see what's going on here, because I am so confused. So I've just turned the PS5 on. I had to shut it down earlier, and it took a while there to just navigate to the actual menu, but all the games are installed now. If I go to launch FIFA, watch this, and the game itself launches absolutely fine. No issues. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. There's no like stuttering or FPS drop or anything like that. The disc itself for the game is spinning quite a bit, but that's normal because it's a game disc. And it might be a little bit stuttery for you, but that's because, again, I'm playing on OBS, you see. So this is in fact a game capture. Let's try a little bit of Fortnite. But again, this is playing absolutely fine. No issues at all. So I'm really, it's a bit of a head scratcher, if I'm honest. I've searched on forums high and low for the same thing, but it's actually mostly resolved just by rebuilding the database or factory resetting the PS5. But that's not the case with this one. Well, I've just put FIFA 23 back in and I've just launched it and it's hanging a little bit on the right. Back screen, back to menu. It does, it goes back to the menu. I'm going to record the sound here because I can't hear the sound. So I'm just going to record it so I can watch it back over playback. But it looks like it starts to load the sound when we go onto the menu now, and then cuts off when we get to the black screen. I think, as I do when I always get a little bit confused in these sorts of situations and I can't find anything online, I think I'll do a live stream and see if I can learn anything from the chat, because they are infinitely more knowledgeable than me. Right, so the chat have concluded that potentially a way to fix this is going to be to actually reinstall the system OS. So I've just taken the OS that you can get from the Sony website, put it onto an SSD, and we're going to install that onto the PlayStation 5. Let's see if this fixes it.
Don't make Joey mad. He'll be a hot cross bunny.
What did you say, Blind? A Bosch. APU freeze. GDDR6 data line issue, chat. Replace, chat. But how do I know what RAM? This is the next code. APU not responding, trying to reboot. And then I get that for, about 4 times. And then I get this one, which I think, judging by my memory, which is really bad, I think this is going to be just shut down. Yeah, unexpected shutdown. And then we get this one again, which is APU not responding. And then we get that again a bunch of times, 303. And then we get this one, which is a B1, which can usually mean something. Unknown chip related error, brilliant. And then we get we got an 8th one here. APU freeze. Check the RAM with a thermal cam. Jimmy, that's amazing. Chat, here we go. You can't see it at the moment. Right, I'm looking at all the RAM. Can you see the RAM? You might be able to see the RAM, actually. It's doing it. It's turned black. Do we see a difference in any of the RAM? This one's getting a little bit spicy, but look at all the others. Can you see all the others around here? Can you see all the others? They seem absolutely fine at the moment. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. None of them are getting ridiculously hot. That's getting a little bit hot, but that's kind of normal, I guess. What? I don't think there's any one RAM stick that's faulty, chat. Do you? These 3 are actually relatively cool. 1, 2. Well, it's more than 3. It's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got quite a big heat spot over here. That's 50 degrees. What's that? Chat, that's 50 degrees. That chip getting hot at 50 degrees. Why is that happening? But why do we also have 5 that are more hot? Why do we have 4 that are more hot than the others? Is that a RAM? Yeah, is that a RAM controller, chat? Where's my ceramic tweezers? Bit odd, they're not all the same temperature. I know, right? Okay, so it's back to normal now. I want to change this chip, chat. I'm just going over to HDMI 1 chat because I can't disable DCP, can I? Or I wasn't able to last time. So I'm just checking now. I'm just going to root through the menu and see if it changes or not. So user, I mean the PS5 still powers on. It's done it, chat. It didn't for a very long time, by the way. It didn't do it for a very, very long time, and then it done it. So it's done it. It's done it, chat. So I gather, as you saw from that live stream, it didn't really look that hopeful. I could have gone down an absolute rabbit hole with this, changed out the SSD, the South Bridge, all of the RAM and everything. And with the error codes from UART being so vague, I think it would be silly for me to continue trying to fix this console and instead just minus it from the profit that we had on Sally's spectacular spreadsheet. I guess the main insight from this video is that as quick as I possibly could, we managed to get the customer sorted that I sold this PS5 to. The issue was so intermittent, you could just go and play games without any interruption. It just doesn't make sense. I'm going to have to put it down to some sort of APU issue, unfortunately. I do really wish I could give you a better explanation as to why it stopped working, but I can't. So this 161 that we have here is that video, and I can't even just get rid of the 161. I have to make it minus 75. So if we now type in minus 75, what does that put us on? That puts us on a total profit now of £120.90. Considering a few episodes ago this was at positive £500, that one got me right in the feels. But at the end of the day, we done the right thing, and it was an absolute no-brainer to get that sorted for the customer as quick as we did. And again, I have to update everything accurately because that's what this series is all about. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, week, weekend, whatever it is for you, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.